and we're gonna figure out what's going on and see. I can't find my flashlight. I gotta look to see where I put my flashlight at. Alright. So we're gonna dig into some of this right here. Well, so far, alright, so what it looks like so far is the manual basically says on the A side or the A fuse box, which in this, the A is this one, B is this one, which in we don't have a B. You got C right here, and then you have E right here. All right. The only thing that I don't see I'm trying to look to see if there's anything missing or what. Because what I need to find out is so Audi S5 2018. So what I need to do now, we're gonna have to look for is the fuse for this. And from what the book is telling me, the central locking system should be fuse number 11 on the A side, the A panel, right? B is not assigned, there's nothing there. C is equipment, which it just says phone, seatbelt, seatbelt microphone, and then E. Oh, and then the rest of C over here, and then E is just like sound amplifier and stuff like that, sports differential and stuff like that. So A It's for the windshield, automatic transmission, rear window defog, rear seat heating, tail lights, and but that's the thing. Like the central locking system is 11, and the power luggage compartment lid, and but there's no fuse there. No, I'm not making a police interceptor. So, uh, now the other thing, because the rest of those fuse blocks look empty. Now the other thing I could think about is maybe, I don't know. There's so much to unpack from this car, where I'm probably gonna have to take out the whole rear and then get more into it, because so far, if you look closely, you could see that there is no more fuses on the fuse box. And this one fuse right here, this is for the transmission. Because once you remove this fuse, the car is gonna think that it's in drive or some weird thing like that. But the car won't start because it's connected to the transmission. It's connected to a relay, and that relay controls the transmission and the starter. So that is not the problem. What I need to find out though, and I'll try to see if I could dig into it tonight. If I can't, I can't. But what I'll try to figure out right now is we could trace these wires as much as we can and see how far it goes. Now, where it's gonna lead me to, I don't know. So that is the next hard topic question we gotta take care of. So what I am gonna do though, we're gonna get some screws, we're gonna start pulling some stuff apart, we're gonna dig deeper into the back of this car, because I need to figure out why the trunk does not want to open. So we're gonna get deep into that and we're gonna figure it out tonight. So since we already took so much things apart, we're just gonna keep going. All right. You know, I don't like to pull stuff and then put it back together and then pull it back out again. But we gotta do it. So we could figure out what's going on behind here, because that's the only way. Hey, thanks for the extra screw. All right, so let's do this. All right, just pull up, comes out. All right, put this down. All right, that down. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 bolts right there. I already removed 2 clips from up the top over here. All right, so these bolts, I want to say, look like T25. So I'm gonna try a T25 first, and then we'll see if we'll get what we, if that's gonna work, and then we go from there. All right. So I'm gonna grab a T25. Then we get this show on the road. All right. All right, take these out. 2 bolts. It's and you just loosen it with a T25. So two bolts in each one. All right. So on this side there is a bracket that's under here. So just remember that these 2 holes cover the other 2 holes that piece goes in, and make sure it's clipped in on this other plastic piece so it doesn't go anywhere. All right, cool. I don't think I have to take the rubber all the way off. So I'm going to take the rubber all the way off. I think there's like a clip behind here. try to see. Trying to see how I could pull down this. Alright, so I guess to pull it down, you either have to pull this so you can loosen that other seat. Let me see if it's gonna release the seat. It won't. Hold on, let me try. Alright, that seat's released. Try my best not to break anything. Okay. There's actually a clip on the side of that. Alright, so I'm not gonna move it too much, because what I want y'all to see is that there is a let me get my light. So there is a wire, well, not a wire, but there is a wire back here, which, and I could unplug it. It's just the wire for the back, so I could just unplug it right now. Hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna just unplug it. All right, so the wire is unplugged. I think the rest of it inside, I'll just have to disconnect it from inside. I'm not gonna trouble it, because I don't think I'm trying to go that far at the end of the day. All right, cool. Now, we have a code for that. We have a code for it, right? And on the fuse box, so on the fuse box, or in the manual, it says that this is the fuse box A, is basically the culprit, right? Now, what I need to find out is what's going on with fuse box A. What is the issue that we're having? So I'm just tracking down to see exactly where this wire goes. If there's a break or there's a short in the wires back here. So we're just checking everything to make sure to see if we're actually, like, something is not connected or a wire is cut or something back here. So that's what we're looking for. Now, what I'm trying to figure out right now is, so if this wire comes right here, comes up here, if this wire runs all the way up here, so it runs up here, and then they turn it, it's grounded properly, because it's grounded to the car. The ground is not loose. This ground back here is not loose. So we're going to check that and see, and then we go from there. So what is it? It looks like it's a 10. It looks like it's a 10 socket to remove this fuse box. and I should be able to get it out after that. I gotta be careful at the same time, and the reason why I say that is I probably should disconnect the battery. Yeah, I'm gonna disconnect the battery so that I don't set any other codes on the car, and so that I don't pull something and then accidentally short out more fuses or whatever, just make the situation worse. So I'm gonna disconnect the battery as well right now, just to make sure, and then I gotta basically find, once I do that, I could look for good continuity. Another way to check the leveling of how you could remove your bumper goes, not your bumper, your trunk goes up into here. You could just move it from right here, from this hole, and put it right here, and then the spring just basically load it anyway for it to go up and whatever. Alright, now we just gotta see if we could trace a little bit of wires and figure out what's going on back here. Alright, so there, something connect back here. So there, this look like you just push on this clip, pull it up, and you have this whole thing out. Alright, cool. Alright, so now I gotta do my little investigating. We're gonna trace the wire and we're gonna figure out and see what's the result that we get. All right, so now let me slide all of this stuff back, and I'm gonna slide it back there, and then we're gonna disconnect this battery so that we don't short out anything else. And we're gonna disconnect the battery, so we'll have to take this spare tire out, disconnect the battery, and then we could start looking for that wire, because we gotta see if we can figure out that problem. And then you kind of go from there. All right, so all right, cool. So battery's disconnected, so we don't have no like thing that just jump out and just make the situation worse. So we have that out of the way. For me to get to the, like, pull this whole thing out, basically I have to go from the interior and pull some other stuff out. So I'm not going to do all of that. Now, kind of bring y'all down so y'all could actually see exactly what's going on. So what I'm gonna have to do is, since we know from the connector itself, that's right here, that connector, the green and brown wire or orange wire is power. The brown wire is ground. And then more than likely, the yellow wire has to be the signal wire, sorry. So since that is a signal wire, what I'm thinking is we test the lock. The lock does open and close when you put power to it. The buttons work. So we know that for sure. We checked all the fuses, all the relays, all of that's good. The only thing that is puzzling to me right now, the scanner is saying it's either an open circuit or a short. Number one, the book says A should have that fuse. And as from only these four are the only fuses in here. The rest of them, I don't know where they're at. So that's the first thing. I talked to the previous owner that had the car, that owned the car for 3 days. He says, honestly, he doesn't even remember opening the trunk for the 3 days that he had the car, because he only had it 3 days and then he got into that wrecked. He wrecked it. Well, not him, but somebody hit him and the car was wrecked. Anyways, so since that's the next thing, he doesn't know. So I haven't even tried to see if he could get to the person that had it before him. All right, so that's the backstory to why we're doing all of this. Now is the time to figure out what's going on behind. I want to see if I could take. I'll probably just take. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. It's probably a broken wire that's running from somewhere here, from all of this. So I'm thinking it's either a broken wire, but what I'm looking for is the actual fuse that they said that should be with this thing. And man, I wish I could take this other piece out, but I can't take it out because it's all mangled up in it. All right, cool. So B, all right, what is it? A. So fuse box A doesn't have a yellow wire running to it. It doesn't. All right, no. It doesn't. Only have, hold on. Yeah, it only has a red and yellow wire, black wire, and so on. So this might not be our culprit, but we gotta search this wire harness, because the wire harness runs down here, up here, and then it runs all the way back here. And what it looks like, it could be a broken, hold on. All right, I got another idea. Because it looks like it goes inside of this wire harness and comes straight down. But it doesn't go, I don't see any wires. The yellow wire that runs into the, so I'm trying to figure out is if whoever So yeah, so it could be a bend somewhere. So I just gotta look closely and see. Uh, but as far as I'm looking at so far, there's like no immediate bend to anything. And I want to kind of pull. I want to kind of go into right here and look at, because there's an aftermarket. Yeah, so I'm more than likely have to take out this piece right here, and when I do that, then I could it will more than likely let me know. I could have more space and I could see what's going on back here. The other thing is that I wanted to know is, this is a tracker of some sort, and I don't know what they unplugged to plug this tracker in here. So that is the next thing too that I have to figure out, and figure what goes to where. Yeah, it's a lot. It looks like, because that's why I tried to call the previous owner to figure out if they did it this way, if they basically disconnected like with a wire that goes to the, if they disconnected a wire that goes to the trunk, so that if somebody wanted to steal the car, if the trunk lid wouldn't open for them. But he said he only had the car for 3 days, so he doesn't know nothing about that. He didn't even get that far with the car. So we'll try to figure it out though. Feels like all these bolts back here are loose. So that's how I know somebody has been back here before. All right, there's another clip back here that I have to figure out. But there's a whole bunch of other wires that I see back here. So Might be something was unplugged, or they just didn't connect back something. Yo, there is so much wires back here. I don't even know what goes to what right now. Okay. All right. This is a handful in itself. All right. So we got to the wires. And that's in the back of the wiring harness, the fuse box, and thing. So now we just gotta see what this tracking device is connected to, and figure out what type of tracking device is this. I mean, yeah, because it looks like somebody definitely was working back here before. Somebody definitely was working back here before. All right, cool. So we did dig into it some more. We see what else we have to take on later down. So we're going to look into that some more. We're going to come back again tomorrow and do some work. I got to get ready for work. So we'll dig some more into it tomorrow and then figure out some more stuff. And then we go from there. So anyways, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for subscribing to the channel. Thank y'all for the help. And hey, we just got to keep going. So I like the feedback once I'm getting. So y'all said y'all like more live, so I'm doing more live for y'all, so y'all can actually see what's going on behind the scenes.
before I actually edit the videos and put them out for y'all. So anyways, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell icon. Stay positive, stay motivated, and guess what? Our enemies are our biggest motivators. So I see you in the next one. We are out.